Hello everybody, welcome you all at Learning is Fun with Prajnaparamita. I am again with you with another very important lesson. And today's lesson is the use of article. And I am going to discuss some special rule and the exception of that rule while using article in different situations. And this video will help you definitely to avoid any type of mistake in any type of situation. So stay with me till the end to know all those rules. First of all, I am going to tell you the common expression where we do not use article. So let's see here. We find some common expressions relating place, time, and movement. They normally countable, but these nouns sometimes treated as uncountable noun, and when they are treated an uncountable noun, we do not use article with them. So let's see the examples. That is, if we say to, at, in, from school, or to, at, from university or college, or we may say that to, at, in, from church, or to, in, into, out of hospital or prison. Similarly, there are town, home, school, university, college, or by day, by night, on foot, etc. We do not use article with them. And here also more examples for you. If we are talking about by car, by bus, by bicycle, by plane, by train, let's see, here we use preposition and that noun without any article. And similar example, by radio, by phone, by letter, by mail, still there are no article in between the preposition and that noun, because here these nouns are normally countable but they are treated as uncountable noun. Now, there is a exception in this rule too. Now I am going to tell you that. Here, we place noun similar expression with article with a difference of meaning. If there is a meaning difference, or we mean something more other thing, then we may use article with that noun or with that thing. So here are the examples, and there is a comparison for you. It may help you to understand what is there. First example is that I met her at college. You find there is no article. This sentence implies that when you are student, that is a place. Here college is uncountable, and we are talking about when we are student or when we are studying at that college. But if I say I will meet you at the college, that means here you find with article. Here you find the college is a meeting place. We are not talking about the college we are going regularly there, we studying there, but it is a meeting place for us. We will meet, or I will meet you there. And similarly, Jane is in hospital. When I am talking about that, if I say Jane is in hospital, that means without article is means that Jane is a patient. But I left my coat in the hospital while visiting Jane. Here you find the is used with hospital because hospital is not. I am not talking about Jane. I am talking about the place where I left my coat. So if there is a meaning difference, we can, when we are using article with that particular noun, we find that there is a sort of meaning difference there. And similarly, who smokes in the class, you find there is no article, and in the classroom I am talking about the classroom, who is smoking in the classroom. And if I say who smokes in the class, here you find I am talking about who is the smoker in the class. Now, the second rule, second special rule, that is relating to double expressions. Here you find articles are often dropped in double expressions, particularly with preposition. This is very vital. Let's see what is there. That is with knife and fork, but we never say with the knife and the fork. We do not use article before knife and fork when we are using them with preposition. Similar example, on land and sea, but we never say on the land and the sea. And similarly, husband and wife, but we don't say the husband and the wife. And but there is an exception in this rule too. I'm talking about that. I have told you that in each rule there is some exceptions, and I am going to tell you that is, but article are not usually dropped when single noun followed preposition. If a single noun is followed a preposition, then article are not dropped there. Let's see the example again. We can't get there without a car, but we never say without car. Here you have to use article a here, without a car, because a preposition followed a single noun. So this is the difference, and you have to keep in mind all these rules and their exceptions too. Now, the third special rule I am talking about the genitives, where that is a noun that is used after and is, that is apostrophe is, that is genitives like John's, Americas, etc., has no article. Here the examples for you: the coat that belongs to John, that is John's coat, but we never say John's the coat or the John's coat. Here we do not use article before that name, that is John's, with the genitives. And here more example for you: the economic problems of America's economic problem, but we never say the America's economics problem. That is a mistakenly used there. This is not a correct rule. And there is some exception here too. What is that? But the genitive noun itself may have an article. Let's see what is that. The wife of the boss. Here you find that genitive noun itself has an article, so you have to use the article with that genitive. Although it is a genitive noun, we have to use article here. The boss's wife. Here you find why it is, because before boss it was, there is an article there, and when it turns to a genitives, you have to use that article with that noun, that is the boss's wife. This is the exceptions. Now, rule number 4, that is a structure here, that is that dot 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 of a in classifying expression of this kind, the first article is definite, even if the meaning of the whole expression is indefinite. So let's see the example. You can understand here. Here, lying by the side of the road, we saw the wheel of a car, but you never say a wheel of a car. This is not the correct use. Now, the special rule 5, that is about noun modifiers. When noun modifies another noun, the first noun article is dropped. This is very important. When one noun modifies another noun, you have to drop the first noun article. That is, here the examples for you: guitar lesson. You do not use the guitar lesson. It is not, it means that the lesson in how to play guitar, but you never say the guitar lesson. This is not the proper use. And here another example, a sunspot, a spot on the sun. Here you find the first this article has been changed, but this article is used there. Now, special rule 6, where I'm going to talk about and both. And here we often leave out the after both. After both, we do not, we often leave out article. Let's see the example here. Both the children are good at maths. Here you find, you may leave out or you may not use this article here. If you write both children are good at math, this is a correct. This is not a wrong use. Similarly, we often leave out the between all and number. If I say all, we may say that all the 3 brothers or all 3 brothers, both are correct. And we usually leave out the after all in all day, all night, all week, all year, and all summer. Here are the examples for you. We have been waiting to hear from you all week, or I haven't seen her all day. These are the more popular use and more, you have to say that, more acceptable use. Now, rule number 7, that is kind of, etc. We have to use this type of phrases, kind of, sort of, etc. That is, we usually leave out a or an after kind of, sort of, type of, and similar expressions. Now, let's see the examples. What kind of a person, you may write it or may not, is she? Have you got a cheaper sort of radio? They have developed a new variety of ship. Now, rule number 8, amount and number. When we are talking about amount and number, the is dropped. The amount and number of. When we are talking about amount of and number of, we drop the there. That is article. Here are the examples for you. I was surprised at the moment of money collected, or the number of unemployed is rising steadily. Here after number of, the is dropped here, and amount of, before money we do not use the article the. Now, rule number 9, this is a vital words in English, that is man and woman, how they treated and how we use article with them or not. Now, I am going to tell you. That is, unlike other singular countable nouns, man and woman can be used in a general sense without article. Now, let's see. Man and woman were created equal. Here you find, when we are talking about man and woman without article, we mean a general sense there. And but in modern English, we often use woman and a woman, a man, or men and women. We may use that. You find that type of use there. And here, a woman without a man, like a fish without a bicycle. Here, this is the old feminist joke. And men and women have similar abilities and needs. Here you find men and women are used in a general sense, and they have, with sometimes they are with articles, and sometimes they are used as plural, although their meaning is not countable, but not, they are used in a general sense. Now, man is also commonly used to mean the human race, and though many people regard these uses as sexist and biased, prefer to avoid it. That is, if you say, how did man first discover fire? This is not, I hope, this is not a good thing. This is something from a feminist viewpoint. This word is not good, because you have equal place in a society both for man and woman. So this is not preferred. Try to avoid this type of phrase. Now, I am going to tell you some special rules regarding jobs and positions. So here we normally use a or an when we say what job somebody has. Here are the examples for you. That is, she is an architect, but we never say she is architect. We have to use article with that thing, with that noun. But likewise, we may say that he is a doctor, but we never say he is doctor. Before doctor, before architect, if we are talking about the job or that is profession, we have to use a or an. But the is not used in titles like Queen Elizabeth, President Lincoln, etc. And here there is an interesting point, and I'm going to tell you that here Queen Elizabeth had dinner with President Kennedy. And here, if we say, we may use article, that is, the queen had dinner with the president. Here you find the is used if the only we refer the queen and mean a particular queen, mean the Queen Elizabeth. But if we are using Queen Elizabeth, then we do not use article. But if we say the queen only, then we have to use the queen. But Queen Elizabeth had dinner with President Kennedy. You find President Kennedy and Queen Elizabeth, we do not use article. But if we are talking about the queen, although we mean Queen Elizabeth, and the president, we mean President Kennedy, we don't use their name, then we have to use article there. Now, the is not used in the complement of a sentence when we say that somebody has or gain a unique position. That is an important thing. Let's see the examples first. They appointed him head clerk. Here you find someone get that position, and here you do not use article before head clerk. But if I say he is a head clerk, then you have to use article, because I am talking about his position or I am talking about his job. When you are talking about job, then you have to use article with them. But if you are talking about she gained that position, or somebody has gained or obtained, or somebody placed him there, you have to article the is must be used with that noun. Similarly, he was elected president in 1879. You find that somebody elected him president. But if I say I want to see the president, here the is used when the meaning is different. But here you find if somebody is elected or appointed, we do not use article with that noun. Now, rule number 11, that is exclamations, and we use ARN with a singular countable noun in exclamation after word. And this is a very vital rule, and be cautious, always be cautious while using article with exclamatory sentences. And here, that is, what a lovely dress, but you never say what lovely dress. This is not correct use. Similarly, a or an can be dropped or cannot be used in exclamation with uncountable noun. If they are uncountable noun, we do not use article with that word. That is, what luck, but we do not say what a luck. Similarly, what nonsense, but we do not say what a nonsense, because nonsense and luck, they are uncountable noun. Similarly, there is another rule. This is very interesting rule. That is a special rule 12, newspaper and magazine. This is a very vital thing, because we often use article with newspaper. Similarly, do we use article with magazines? Never. That is the Times, the Washington Post, the Anand Bazar, the Telegraph, the Statesman. We may use article with them, but we never use article if we are talking about magazine. That is New Scientist, Nature. These are two magazines, scientific magazine. If we are talking about Anandamala, fashion, all these are magazines. These are, when we are talking about magazine, we do not use article before that name. Now, rule number 13, that is measurement. When the use of the in measuring expression beginning with by, this is a very tricky and vital rule. If some measuring expression begins with by, we definitely use the with that noun. That is, do you sell egg by kilo or by dozen? She drinks cough medicine by the liters. And another more examples for you. He sits watching TV by the hours. Can I pay by the months? Here you find when we are measuring in noun and which is used with by, the is definitely used there. And here A or N is used to relate one measuring unit to another. When we are talking about one measuring unit in respect to another, we have to use A or N instead of the. Let's see the example. 6 pennies a kilo, 30 miles an hour, or per hour, twice a week on average, a third of a meter, etc. Now, the special rule 14, I am going to tell you about the parts of the body and where we have to use article and where we do not use article. Primarily, when talking about parts of somebody's body or about their possessions, we usually use possessive, not the or not article. Let's see the example. Katie broke her arm climbing. Here, we do not say Katie broke the arm climbing because we have to use possessive there instead of article the. Similarly, he stood in the doorway, his coat over his arm, but we do not use or article the coat over the arm. This is not the proper use. Similarly, here more examples. When talking about parts of body, we generally prefer the in prepositional phrases related to the object of a clause or the subject of a passive clause. Let's see the example, then I explain more. Here, she hit him in the stomach. Here, the prepositional phrase in and in between the noun and the preposition, you have to use article be there. Similarly, can't you look me in the eye? He has shot his in the leg, etc. These can also happen in the prepositional phrase after be plus adjective. Similar thing with prepositional phrase you find in between preposition and the body parts. You have to use article, and similarly, if it is a be verb and the adjective, your be after be an adjective, also you have to use the. Here, he is bored across the shoulder. Here you find before shoulder you have to use the because he is here a be verb is used there. I hope you like this video. If you have any queries, do not forget to comment in the comment section. I definitely reply them. So no more today. Thank you for listening and bye bye.